Jensen for the point. Back to better through the block and down. Good. Back to pass. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted. Stretchy diving. He's in.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
And good evening, everybody. I'm Leaf Bakken. Thanks for tuning in to YourLiveEvent.com for Section 8AA Minnesota Playoff Volleyball. Glad to have you along for the ride as we are in the quarterfinals, as we have the number 2 seed, the Hawley Nuggets, hosting the number 3 seed, the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels. A classic conference rivalry, a classic section rivalry, and these two teams faced each other a few times before in the season, and it's been a battle through and through, so I expect a battle tonight. So you've tuned in to the right game, as we're going to have some fun with our two teams. The Nuggets hosting the Rebels here on YourLiveEvent.com. Talking about these two teams briefly, and we'll come back and talk about the coaches' comments as well. We start off with the DGF, Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels, number 3, as I said. Overall, they are 17-11 in the section, 10-4, and in the conference, they went 3-4. To get to this point, they had to beat the number 6 seed, which was Frazee, and they did so just the other night while we were here watching the Pelican Rapids Vikings fall to the Nuggets. We'll talk about the DGF Frazee game. It was 25-5, 25-12, and 25-12. So handled fairly easily for the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels against Frazee just the other night. As we take a look at our what happened with the Hawley Nuggets the other night, they are 24-5 overall, 11-3 in the section, 5-2 in the conference. The other night against Pelican Rapids, they were 25-13, 25-13 in set number 2, then 25-19 as the Vikings weren't ready to go home quite yet, but both these teams coming in with wins of 3-0 sweep against their opponents in the first round of the Section 8AA Volleyball playoffs. Here we are in the quarterfinals. It's the Hawley Nuggets and the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels taking on each other. Barnesville hosting Perham tonight as they beat Fergus Falls just the other night. Barnesville had the bye, and so that game starting at 7 as well. Not carrying that one, but we'll try to see if we can keep up with that on the bracket, and of course RJBroadcasting.com having updated brackets each day as we continue on in the playoffs for both volleyball and football. On the north side of things, Monaga, number 1, hosting number 5, East Grand Forks, and number 2, Thief River Falls, hosting number 3, Roseau. Again, those games starting at 7 o'clock as well. We're going to take a brief break here on YourLiveEvent.com, and then we'll be coming back with some coaches' comments, starting off with Coach Kathleen Rusted of the Hawley Golden Nuggets here on YourLiveEvent.com. Don't go anywhere. We're getting started. The battle is about to begin.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead, wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
Ag Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Ag Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Ag Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it. And always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, and more, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
On YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leaf Bach, and with the head coach of the Hawley Nuggets, Coach Kathleen Rusted. Coach, congratulations on making it to the quarterfinals of 8AA playoff volleyball. That's pretty exciting. Was that one of the goals you guys set at the beginning of the season, was to make it to the playoffs and keep climbing?
It was in there. It was in the mix, yep.
And so here we are, and you get to face a familiar foe, a opponent that we saw early on, first home game that I got to come attend, and that's Dilworth, Glendon, Felton. They come in as number 3, you were number 2, so you guys both had to battle to get to this spot. What are you kind of expecting from them since the last time we saw them?
I think you said it best, a battle. Whenever we play them, it's a classic rivalry. Hopefully the gym is going to be filled. Everybody that's in this community and that is coming out to watch some good volleyball.
Yeah, we're going to see that, I'm sure, on the camera as we talk about the last time when Your Live Event covered the event. It took 4 sets. DGF took the first, but then you came back with the third, or with 3, I should say, 25-15 in the second. Then it was a 26-24, 28-26, and that just goes to show, Coach, how tough this is going to be, and just got to keep the mistakes out of the way, and as you always say, pass and serve.
You pretty much said it there. Yeah.
Is there anything else? I mean, again, we saw you just the other day. Anything you guys worked on or talked about in the last day coming up to this quarterfinal matchup?
Yeah, we did a lot of defense. Yeah, and we did a lot of serve receives too.
I know one of the things, and I think it's out of the system, knock on wood, but keeping out of the net. I know that the other night we saw, what would you call that? Our hands being a little offset, so carries and double touches. Is that something to worry about, or is that something that those are just jitter things that kind of come out as the game goes on?
I think it could be a combination. Sometimes it can be jitters. Sometimes the plays are moving a little bit faster than the girls are, ready for. I also think sometimes it can be a judgment call as to who's reffing. So sometimes that plays into it too.
You're very familiar with the coach on the other side, Coach Tisfer. What would you have to say at this point in the season to her as you guys go into this battle?
Stay healthy and enjoy every game.
Coach Kathleen Rusted of the Hawley Nuggets, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
You may read articles that attempt to predict market conditions and returns, but these are impossible to predict. At Bighorn Financial Services, we work hard to educate our clients during the retirement planning process while providing you with a customized strategy that aims to suit your needs. We work hard to give you the confidence you need as you look to the future. Now is a great time to review your accounts, and we'd love to help you along the way. Call me, Kurt Fillion at Bighorn, to set up an appointment. 218-444-8894. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile. With one of the biggest, best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com or stop by the lot in Fertile. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile.
Randall's Excavating, specializing in underground site utilities and repair. Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They respond to emergency repairs for water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections too. Contact Randall's Excavating with over 20 years of experience, 701-219-9126 or Randall's Inc.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers.
On YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leif Bakken talking with head coach of the Dilworth Glendon Felton, or DGF, Rebels coach Tessa Tisfer. And coach, first of all, congratulations making it to the quarterfinals of Section 8AA. That's pretty exciting for the girls, huh?
Yeah, we played pretty well the first round, so we were happy with our performance.
Let's talk about that briefly with that game against Frazee coming into this next round. And Frazee coming in lower seed, but any night of volleyball can change things, and it can be tough, but you guys were able to handle them all right.
Yeah, we played them a lot closer at the beginning of the season, so we knew kind of what we had to work on and improve for our recent match, and they really stepped up and did a nice job out there.
Overall, 17-11, 10-4 in the section, 3-4 in the conference. Last time that you were in this gym, you fell in 4, and then when the Nuggets were at your turf, it was a 5-game streak, unfortunately falling as well, other way around. And so talk a little bit about what the expectations are after seeing them twice, and then you come into the playoffs, and it's a tough team. It's a battle always.
Yeah, we know it's going to be a tough match. We got to play really consistent to be able to beat them. We've been working on those weak parts of our game, and hopefully we can show up tonight.
Is there anything special that we need to be watching for on your team, or maybe something special you guys have been working on up to this point to take on the Nuggets again?
We'll just have to be really consistent on serve receive, and we're hoping to serve them really aggressive tonight.
Awesome. Coach Tessa Tisfer of the DGF Rebels. Best of luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
Harvest season is here, and that means making sure you receive the best uptime for your investment. Genuine AGCO parts from Norman County Implement keeps your equipment running throughout this harvest season and all season long. You get the guaranteed fit and performance that only AGCO parts can deliver. Norman County Implement will keep you going this harvest season with their parts and a service. Thank you for your business from Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada, your authorized AGCO parts dealer.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, seed conditioning, crop scouting and consulting, research and crop insurance, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
Well, there you have it, folks. A couple of coaches, good coaches, talking a little bit about what the plan is for tonight, a little bit over their season, and how to get to this point. And so two good teams, a rivalry, and so we'll see if that all plays out on the floor, the rivalry part of it. We've seen the two teams tough again. I want to mention that the first time I was on YourLiveEvent.com with volleyball, it was this game, Dilworth, Glendon, Felton, and Hawley. And it was a 4-game set. Hawley was able to take it in the second, third, and fourth, 25-15, 26-24, 28-26. The first set went to the Rebels, of course, 25-19. And so that just goes to show how tough that was about mid-season for the Nuggets to come away with the win. Now, according to everything I saw, it was a 5-game set in DGF. I'm not sure what the score of those were, but 5 games, and Hawley came out with the win. So that's important there as well. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that the Rebels probably have a little revenge on their mind, both from the last time they were in this gym and the last time they played. And then also that the rivalry lives. It's going to be tough, and we're going to see both teams really try hard. And, Coach Kathleen Rusted, as she's been saying the entire season, is going to be pass and serve is going to be important. They worked on some defense, so that's important to note as well. Coach Tisper talking about working on some defense as well, working on their pass. So they continue to work and move, and it's exciting to be here in the quarterfinals of 8AA Minnesota volleyball playoffs. As you can see in front of the camera, we've got the DGF fans. They're filtering in. We're also seeing some of the Hawley fans filter in. The student section beginning to get packed. They start to stand along where the locker rooms are over there on the left side of your screen, and we'll continue to see people come in as we have got a 7 o'clock start for this one coming up. Couple of things again just to keep in mind and think about is the pass and serve side of things for the Nuggets. That's going to be a key. It's going to be important, and we've seen over the last several games how that can kind of get the Hawley Nuggets off a little bit. So that'll be key for them as they continue to work on that. As for the Rebels, they're going to have to be ready to dig it up. I mean, I have that in my notes from the last time on the first game between these two this year, where the Rebels just couldn't quite get to the floor. They couldn't get enough diving digs to help out on the hard hits done by the Hawley Nuggets. Faith Rusted stood out in that one specifically. On the other side of things, we're going to see some impressive things from Mallory Leitner. She's 6'1". We have a 6'2" player, Megan Tooney. A very tall Rebels team from DGF as well. A couple girls standing at 5'10", so that's a big deal. Tallest player for the Nuggets is looks to be McKenna Iverson, who stands at 5'10". So that just goes to show that might be a big thing. We did see the other night the big blocking game that the Nuggets brought in, and so that was nice to see. And so we'll have to see if they can continue that. Again, it's a battle, it's a rivalry, it's going to be fun. Grab some popcorn. I did for after the game, but maybe I'll have to snack on it during. It's going to be fun, folks, so don't go anywhere. YourLiveEvent.com carrying Minnesota playoff volleyball. This is Section 8AA quarterfinals volleyball. It's the Hawley Golden Nuggets hosting the Dilworth Glendon Felton Lady Rebels. From just down the road, we've got the national anthem and some lineups coming up in just a bit. So commercial break coming your way, and we'll be back when that's all wrapped up. Glad to hear Mr. Johnson and his band as well. Doing a great job once again here tonight. Fun listening to them and getting this team, both these teams, pumped up. Once again, you're watching Minnesota playoff volleyball. This is Section 8AA playoff volleyball, and we're about to see the first set before our eyes in just a second.
This is Chris with RDK Enterprises. We have all heard of supply chain issues and the challenges they bring. As the demand for planting equipment increases, we are trying to be as proactive as possible. RDK has secured a supply of precision planting products and maintenance parts for your planter, hopefully minimizing some of these supply chain issues. If you are planning any upgrades, repairs, or maintenance, give us a call. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
The Rough Grouse Roadhouse is located just east of Island Lake, across from Mershman's Taxidermy. The Roadhouse invites you to stop in before or after the game to eat or just come in and socialize with family and friends. They also have weekly food specials. Just go to their Facebook page and see what their special of the day is, or call 668-2111. Supporting the area students in the classroom as well as in all their extracurricular activities. The Rough Grouse Roadhouse, 5 miles south of Langby on County Road 4.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck Nuggets from the Hawley Public Schools.
Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead, wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
Ag Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Ag Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Ag Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it. And always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, and more, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
Well, we're just getting our non-starters here for our two teams. I'm Leif Bakken. This is YourLiveEvent.com, and we're glad to have you along for the ride in the quarterfinal, Section 8AA playoffs in Minnesota Volleyball. As we have the starters for the DGF Rebels, Mallory Leitner is an outside hitter at 6'1". Also seeing Reagan Dawson at number 6. She's the middle hitter at 5'11". Number 8 is Taylor Machewski, a setter at 5'7". 10 is Megan Tooney, the middle hitter at 6'2". Talked about her briefly. Number 11, Madison Schmidt, outside hitter at 5'7". And number 12 is Peyton Backus, right side hitter at 5'10". Head coach Tessa Tisfer, assisted by Andrea Anderson. Starting for the Hawley Nuggets is number 5, Anna Steer. She's a junior at 5'9" and a middle hitter. Number 7 is Grace Fleming. She's a senior at 5'8" and the outside hitter. Faith Rustad, number 8. She's 5'9" and a senior for this team. I missed number 6, who's the setter and right side hitter, a senior, Alex Eilertson, and she stands at 5'7". Number 9 is the freshman Isabel Steer, middle hitter at 5'9", and Ashley Fletcher is the senior at 5'7", a setter and defensive specialist. Head coach Kathleen Rustad, assisted by Marissa Thompson, Shannon Olson, Nicole Martin, Kim Yulvin, and Allie Reno. The official, the PA says, let's get it on. And it's time to play volleyball on yourliveevent.com. Once again, I'm Leif Bach, and glad to have the play-by-play action for you tonight between these two teams. The DGF Rebels sporting their gray jerseys with black numbers and white trim. Gracie Geisinger, she's the libero tonight. She'll be wearing the black with the white number 2. As for the Hawley Golden Nuggets, they are sporting their home maroons with the gold numbers and letters and golden trim. We'll see Allie Reap sporting the number 1. She's the libero tonight. She wears the white jersey with the maroon lettering and numbers. Coach Rustad having a big huddle with her team. They break out of it as the Rebels are ready to go as well. And we're ready to go here on yourliveevent.com. Two very good teams. Number 2, Hawley Golden Nuggets. Number 3, Rebels from Dilworth, Glendon, Felton. We will see Geisinger step on right away. Dawson will step off. That's Reagan Dawson. Stepping back to serve will be Mallory Leitner. Both crowds on their feet until they score. An old tradition held by many. Oh, and I was mistaken. That's Macheski wearing the number 8. It looks like a 5. Here's Macheski's serve. We're underway. Fleming receives it. Set up by Fletcher. Fleming will go on the attack. Here's Leitner, who got the reception and goes after. Good job by Rustad getting underneath. And then Eilertson sets up Fleming for the kill. And the Nuggets strike first. Assist by Eilertson, and now we'll see Fleming step back and serve. As the Hawley crowd sits, here's Leitner on the attack. Nice tip over by Rustad. Goes back where Backus is. Leitner, good job on the dive there for the dig. That's Isabel Steer. Attack by Anna Steer. Leitner attacking once again. This one just out of the reach of Fleming. And Leitner will get the kill. She was set up by Macheski. 1-1 now our score in playoff volleyball. Anna Steer with a hard set to the far side. Macheski is there. Here's the attack, a little bit off the arm, weird. Eilertson gets underneath it. Good job on the recovery. Anna Steer sends it over. Tip over by Tooney. Good job by Fleming getting underneath it. Eilertson, the attack by Rustad. Nice job by Geisinger. This one high off of the beam. Free ball across by Tooney. Ball worked around. Now Steer goes off the block and gets the kill. Good job by Anna Steer.
And a Steer serving for Hawley.
This will be Steer who will step back and serve now with the 2-1 lead. Ball set over the top. Ball set over the top of the block. So Tooney will come up with the kill there. Nice job. Keep us wrapped up and close here in set number 1. Geisinger will be on the serve. It'll be just too light, so that error will give the Nuggets a point. So now Eilertson will step back to serve with the 1-point lead in set number 1. This one goes to the back where Geisinger finds it. Machewski, and a nice job by Schmidt pushing it over. Worked around by the Nuggets as Rustad sends it to the back. There's Geisinger, Machewski, and then the attack by Leitner pushes it through the block and gets the kill. A lot of those points is coming up at the front of the court. As Leitner is the one who serves, she digs that one up from the Nuggets, and now will be free ball to cross by Geisinger all the way to the back where Anna Steer is. Eilertson on the jump set, and then this one put down. What are they calling here? They call Eilertson for 2 touches. And so we see Leitner step back once more to serve. With the 1-point lead, the first lead for the DGF Rebels. McKenna Iverson stepped on for Fletcher as per usual, and she gets the kill here, set up by Eilertson to get things started here in set number 1, tied up at 4. This will send Rustad to the back. We'll see a substitution coming on here for DGF. Jessarino will step onto the floor as Leitner steps off. Machewski will also step off as Allie Taves steps on. Taves, a 5'10" outside hitter, and Reno is a setter at 5'4". 4-4 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. The official looks at the table. I think we had a little mix-up there on the substitution in, so I don't know if they get a warning on that. As this one comes close to the net, saved up and over by Taves. Good job. Second touch by Eilertson, wanting to put it over. Here's Taves on the attack. Good block up front. Rebels will work with it again. Here's the attack. Going way to the far corner is Schmidt trying to send it for points, but it turns into Hawley points out of bounds. Rustad will continue to serve. Good dig up by the Rebels. Taves goes on the attack. Kind of a lighter attack, and that one threw everybody off. Bounced off the hands weird of Fleming and Rustad, both trying to get down on it. So Ashley Taves going into the scorebook with the kill.
Serving for DGF is number 11, Madison Schmidt.
Schmidt will step back to serve now with a 5-5 set 1 on our hands. Rustad to Eilertson, tipped over by Izzy Steer. Good dig up by Backus. Taves goes against the block, and it's going to be blocked down by Iverson and Steer. Izzy Steer, she had 11 blocks, marks at least the other night. Probably around 7 blocks total when you have these assists like that. Allie Reap steps onto the floor and serves. This one pushed through the block. Eilertson gets to it. It's going to be close to the net. Another attack. Good job by Iverson to be there. Nice job by the Rebels trying to be quick about it. Gessinger. Nice job by Fleming saving this one. Iverson puts it up, and hard one there for Eilertson, but they get it across. Now the Rebels will work it around. This one pushed into the block. That was by Dawson. Here's Fleming on the attack. Good job by Taves on the dig. Reap in the back row on it. Here's Rustad with the setup for Fleming. Fleming trying to find an open spot, but Taves is there. Reno, and then sent to the back. Nice job by Reap being in the right spot. Eilertson trying to save it back, and now it'll be sent to the back off of a bump from Steer. Ball worked around by the Rebels. Taves tries to push it through and will through the block. Nice job there by Taves. Jessarino coming up with the assist as Reagan Dawson steps back to serve. She's the number 6. We have 6 on the board on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Number 6 is Eilertson who gets that touch, and they're going to call her for 2 hits as DGF takes the lead here in set number 1. Schmidt sends it to the back where Rusted is there. Eilertson and now Iverson. She gets blocked up front by the Rebels, so they'll work with it again. On the second touch, Eilertson goes after it. Here's a hard hit, and over the top of Iverson, not quite in the right spot. And Megan Tooney. Or was that Backus? That was Backus. I apologize there as we get rolling again. Biggest lead so far tonight for either team is 2 points. Big block up front. Nice job by the Rebels as we saw Tooney up there along with Backus. Again, Tooney, a 6'2". Backus, she stands at 5'10". There's a 3-point lead. Fleming able to get to the ball on the reception. Almost mishandled by the Rebels, but they'll save it over, and then Reap watches it land at her feet as it goes out of bounds, and it is 7-9. We'll see Fletcher step on as Iverson steps off. Reap got to it. It looked like Rusted was also in position. Fleming on the attack. Backus is there. Attack by Taves. Did Fletcher touch it? No. And goes over her hands and out of bounds, so that'll turn into a point for the Nuggets. Just a little too hard there by the Rebels. Still down by 1, the Nuggets are trying to get back in as we've had a tight set here, and now we have 2 hits by the DGF Rebels. So that error will bring us to 9 around and a "you can't do that" chant from the Hawley Nuggets. The reception, too hard, pass back, goes into the face of Geisinger and down. Anna Steer comes up with the kill on a second touch. Or excuse me, that was on the hard pass back. Schmidt on the reception of this one. This one tipped over. Good job by Eilertson finding a spot. Fletcher, now Steer finding a blank spot. You bet. Nice job by the junior. That time assist was made by Fleming. And a 2-point lead now for the Nuggets, 11-9. Number 11 serving, Ashley Fletcher. This one comes to the near side. Reno sets it up, and then it's blocked. Great job for Anna Steer and Alex Eilertson being at the net on that one, their first blocks of the night. And just like that, they have the 3-point lead. This one going to be far too hard by Reap. So Reno will step off. Taves will also step off. Machewski will step on and go back to serve. And I believe Geisinger comes off and goes back on, if I'm not mistaken. I was looking down at my notes briefly as the Nuggets work it around. Steer trying to send it to the back. Geisinger is there. Machewski with the setup. And here's Leitner, who comes back on. This one blocked up front as it lands in the court. Good job there for the Nuggets. Fleming on the serve. This one to the back row where Schmidt receives it. Machewski now tipped over. Nice job by Fleming to get underneath the one by Tooney coming over. From the back row, Fletcher barely gets it over the net. Ball worked around by the Rebels. Hard set over by Tooney. Here's Rusted going down. The attack blocked up front. Steer pushing it through and gets it off of the hands of Leitner. Great job there, Anna Steer, the junior, really shining tonight so far. And we're only in set 1 with a 14-10 score. Schmidt, nice dig. Machewski, now Leitner. Nice push by Leitner on the kill. As things change quickly in the game of volleyball. Fletcher not in the right spot. Backus will be the one to step back and serve. Kind of a cross serve for her. Rustad, hard push over. Geisinger is there. Machewski setting it up for Leitner. And there, once again, Fletcher touches that one. They're coming in hot, and she's not sure what to do on those. Good job, Mallory Leitner. That one is sent to her by Machewski once again. Machewski with 4 assists, and they're trying to close the gap here with Backus serving again. Nice job by Eilertson, punching it over. Nice save by Geisinger. Reap stepped onto the floor. She receives that one. Rustad going on the attack. Geisinger with another great dig. Machewski. Now Leitner on the attack. In the back corner, that's Fleming. Eilertson, and now just a tap over by Steer. Backus. And then it was Machewski, and then Leitner once again with the kill. Goes through the block and over to no man's land on the far side. 14-13 now with number 12 serving. Reap on the reception. Eilertson, and then Anna Steer on the attack, and will get the kill. Geisinger can't handle it. Great job by Anna Steer. As things were starting to look a little bleak there, and the Nuggets were letting the Rebels run with it a bit. Now they take it back, and Anna Steer will be the one to serve with a 2-point lead in set number 1 on yourliveevent.com. Tell your friends and family to come watch this one. We've got ourselves a good 2-3 seed playoff game. Section 8AA. Nice job by the Nuggets. Here's the Rebels working with it. Leitner sending it to the back corner where Fleming is. Eilertson on the second touch sends it over. Leitner, Machewski, back to Leitner. There's Fletcher getting underneath that one. Eilertson gets her second touch. Hard set over by Fleming. In the back, that was O'Keefe. This one being pushed through. Nice job by Eilertson. Tipped over by Izzy Steer. Who's going after it? Geisinger decides to step up. Fletcher, Eilertson, now Izzy Steer to the back where Geisinger is. Machewski, now Leitner, hard attack, goes through the block. Nice job by Steer in the back row. Eilertson over to Rustad, hard hit, and off of the fist of Geisinger. Faith Rustad come up with the kill. Assist by none other than Alex Eilertson, her 6th assist on the night, first kill tonight for Faith Rustad, and a 3-point lead on the Community Co-op scoreboard in set number 1 in this rivalry match in playoffs. It's the quarterfinals. Geisinger on the reception of Steer's serve. Nice tip over by Leitner, but a good job by Eilertson. Here's Rustad on the attack again, gets it to go off of her opponent, and will come up with the kill. That will make it 17 for the Nuggets, 13 for the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels here in set number 1. And we'll take a quick break as Coach Tisfer takes a break as well on yourliveevent.com.
You may read articles that attempt to predict market conditions and returns, but these are impossible to predict. At Bighorn Financial Services, we work hard to educate our clients during the retirement planning process while providing you with a customized strategy that aims to suit your needs. We work hard to give you the confidence you need as you look to the future. Now is a great time to review your accounts, and we'd love to help you along the way. Call me, Kurt Fillion at Bighorn, to set up an appointment. 218-444-8894. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
17 for the Hawley Nuggets, 13 for the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels in set number 1 on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bach and glad to have the play-by-play action for you in Section 8AA Playoff Volleyball here in the state of Minnesota. We are at Hawley, Minnesota, Hawley High School, as they are the number 2 seed facing the number 3 seed. To get to this point, we had to see these two teams fight for it in the first round, and it was the Nuggets beating Pelican Rapids 25-13, 25-13, 25-19. Dilworth Glendon Felton handled Frazee pretty easily, 25-5, 25-12, 25-12, just the other night. As we resume play here, Rebels working it around, and as I say that, it'll be 2 hits by the Rebels. Double touch. And that won't work for the official. The official says give a point to the Nuggets as they get a 5-point lead, the biggest lead of the night. Schmidt goes on the attack for the Rebels. Here's Fleming, and then Eilertson trying to find an open space. Nice job by Leitner on the save. She goes on the attack as well. Nice job by Fletcher getting underneath it for the Nuggets. Rustad sending it to the back where Geisinger is. Here's Schmidt on the attack up front. Goes past the block. Leitner, nice tip over by Alex Eilertson. My goodness. That was awesome. I don't care who you are. That looked cool. Well, that'll give them one more point, one more closer to victory in set number 1. Anna Steer is on quite the service run here as well. This one sent over by, that was Tooney. Rusted tries to push it over. She does a good job. She's hitting it hard off of her opponent and making it happen as it goes out of bounds off of them. 20-13. Anna Steer, the junior, for this Nugget team. One of the starters, high serve, but it goes over. Schmidt to Macheski. Leitner goes on the attack, and it's blocked by Isabel Steer, excuse me. Great job up front. We saw that the other night against Pelican Rapids, that the Hawley Nuggets kind of found a groove up front. Spirit fingers from the student section as Steer serves this one kind of hard, and Izzy Steer reaches over and touches that one down. Call it a block. Wow. Little too hard off of the Rebels as it gets too close to the net, and that's a great job for her to sky up there and just tap that one down. It's 22-13 on the Community Co-op scoreboard here in Section 8AA quarterfinal playoff volleyball here in the state of Minnesota. Glad to have you along. The last time these two teams met, it went to 5 sets, but the Nuggets came out with the victory. The time before that, it was 4 sets with the Nuggets winning. And so, very tough team. Again, it's a rivalry. And so, hope you're munching on some popcorn. Grab a snack, grab a drink. This is a fun one, and I'm having fun. Hope you're enjoying it as well. Overall, the Rebels came into this one with their win over Frazee being 17-11. That makes them 10-4 in this section as well. The Nuggets 24-5 this season with an 11-3 section record. So pretty impressive there, and glad to see both these teams they're doing a good job. They're having a great season, and as a conference rivalry as well. I mean, all these great things. DGF just down the road, and what an opportunity here for all the students who have attended from both teams. Schmidt will high set this one up, and it'll be sent over by Tooney. Eilertson, and then that's Izzy Steer trying to go get the ball, but she runs into the net. So unfortunate there, as Anna Steer had quite the run with her serves. And now we'll see if the Rebels can get back into this. Excuse me, again, down by 8. Good save by Rusted, and then it's sent over. Great job by the Nuggets as they don't stop play. Fletcher has this one sent over to her. It's a good job by Reagan Dawson getting the kill. (25-15) now. Geisinger serving. The 5-3 libero for tonight. Izzy Steer trying to redeem herself. Great job there by O'Keefe. Nice block up front by the Nuggets up against Leitner. Macheski gets a touch on it, and then it's put into the net by Dawson. Unfortunate mistake there for the Rebels. Coach Tisver took her second timeout just a little bit ago, and so they're out of timeouts for this set. But she didn't like something she saw, and she took them fairly close together, actually. We had a tight one all the way up till the middle of this set. Then we saw Anna Steer do a good job. McKenna Iverson going after that one, sending it over on a free pass on touch number 2. Here's Schmidt on the attack. Good job by Eilertson, sacrificing herself. Rustad going to come up with the kill. Faith Rustad doing a great job. Eilertson getting her set up for that one. And here is the set point on the way, and that'll go into the net from Eilertson. So not quite over yet in set number 1. 24-16 on the Community Co-op scoreboard as Leitner steps back to serve for DGF. Fleming to Eilertson. Now here's Rusted. Tap over, out of the reach of Geisinger. And that is how this one closes out for set number 1. The Nuggets 25, the Rebels 16. And we have got set number 2 coming up in just a bit. More great volleyball coming your way on yourliveevent.com. Set number 1 goes to the Nuggets. What's going to happen in set number 2? We'll find out next.
For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile. With one of the biggest, best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com or stop by the lot in Fertile. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile.
Randall's Excavating of Glendon, specializing in underground site utilities and repair. Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They respond to emergency repairs for water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections too. Contact Randall's Excavating with over 20 years of experience, 701-219-9126 or randallsinc.com.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers.
Well, we had an exciting first set there for you folks here in Section 8AA Volleyball in Minnesota for playoffs. We're in the quarterfinals. I'm Leif Bakken. Thanks for being on yourliveevent.com. Hawley Nuggets number 2 in this section, and they beat the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels 25-16 in the first set. And so exciting stuff here. Tell everybody you know that we've got great volleyball. These two teams have gone from the first meeting here in Hawley of 4 sets with the Nuggets winning, and then in 5 sets the Nuggets won in Glendon not too long after that. It was I think the week after, actually. So that was kind of interesting to see the rivalry kind of close back-to-back situation like that. As we move into set number 2. Set number 1 went to the Nuggets, as I said, 25-16. A close start for both teams until mid-set, where the Nuggets took over, extended their lead, and won by 9. The gym comes to its feet, at least the DGF side, which is the side we're sitting on. They come to their feet. They brought quite the crowd. You could see the Nuggets crowd on the other side. And I haven't mentioned a big thank you to Jonathan, who's helping me out tonight, his first night. We appreciate the help from all our students that have been helping us through the season. So thank you very much for what you're doing, sacrificing your fun night of volleyball to stand next to me and listen to me babble on about the back and forth game here. Hawley Nuggets, DGF Rebels, we're underway with set number 2. Fleming on the serve. Schmidt gets to it. Machevsky is there, and then it'll be sent over by Backus. Fletcher to Eilertson, tipped over by Steer. That's Anna Steer, who's going to come up with the kill tonight on that one. Set up by Eilertson. Her first of the, obviously, of the second set. Number 8 of the night. 6th kill for Steer. Fleming will serve again. This one goes to the corner. Schmidt is there once more. Machevsky, and then this one tipped over by Mallory Leitner. 7 assists for Taylor Machevsky, who's the setter tonight. We've said her name quite a bit. We've also said Mallory Leitner's name quite a bit, who stands at 6'1", outside hitter. She has 6 kills. Backus is on the serve. Rusted, Eilertson, then Anna Steer. Schmidt kind of caught off guard, but it goes over, and this one will be out of bounds off of Machevsky's set. And so now it'll be 2-1. as Anna Steer, we just saw her have a good round in that first set. Maya Johnson steps onto the floor, a 5'4" defensive specialist. She'll come on for Backus on the Rebels side. Here's Steer's serve. This one will come to Johnson. Can it be saved? Greisinger gets to it, and then it'll be passed over by Leitner. Here's Rusted pushing it through the block. This one goes out, and then it did hit the antenna, so that does mean out. Coach Tisver and many of the Rebels bench pointing up at that striped antenna. I wonder if we turn that antenna, if your live event comes in better. Here's Geisinger on the 2-2 serve. Nice job by Steer on that back corner. Tipped over, and there's Anna Steers. This one lands out of bounds at the base of the tower. We see the line judge hold his flag up, and that means the Hawley Nuggets will come up with the point off of the out-of-bounds block. Iverson will step onto the floor. Fletcher steps off. Fletcher having a word with Coach Rusted. She's been working her tail off. Here's Leitner trying to go on the attack, and not quite enough mustard on it. That one falls short and puts up the Nuggets by 2. Eilertson on the serve. Geisinger, Wachewski, and then Schmidt on the hard set to the back. Eilertson gets the first touch. Steer, and now Rusted. And then that set by Steer is out of sync with her one hand. So a double touch, 2 touches, double hit, however you want to call that. Sends the ball back over to the Rebels. Leitner on the serve. Good job by Steer underneath that one. Eilertson, and then Ezzy Steer finds it, and just a bit outside on that far side, as she was going after that one hard. That's why there's a line judge there. Obviously, I wasn't going to make the call from here. Very close, though, from this angle. 4 around. Nice job by Fleming. She'll have to send it over for a free one. Geisinger, Wachewski, and then pushed over by Dawson. Eilertson, Steer, and then Fleming on the attack. There's Geisinger again. Wachewski. This one's Dawson once more. Nice combination they have going there. Eilertson sets it back a little bit, punched over by Iverson. Schmidt, Wachewski, Dawson, hard set to the back corner. Nice watch by Anna Steer. Good eyes there. And that one goes out of bounds, and she watched it all the way through. I think she had a pretty good read on that. So good job there at the 5-4 lead now. Faith Rusted, the senior, stepping back. Rusted, a 5'9" outside hitter. She does a great job for this Hawley team on the outside. Schmidt receives the serve, and then we see Jessa Reno, who stepped onto the floor, into the net. So that violation puts one more up for the Nuggets. Now they're up by 2. Schmidt, kind of a high dig, as this one comes off the hands of Ashley Taves. Good job by Wachewski setting her up with that one. Rusted was not expecting that one. I think it was coming a little faster than she thought. Schmidt steps back to serve. Felt like there was a little pause in play, so now I'm looking for substitutes, and maybe there was one. Here's Fleming on the attack. Geisinger gets to it. Reno, and then a nice block off of Taves' attack. Backus was the one who stepped back on as she goes on the attack. Here's Fleming on the attack. Over the top of the block, Taves gets to it. Reno, now good job on the Hawley side. Work it around. Fleming just a tip over, out of reach for Taves, trying to dive to it. Grace Fleming with a kill. So it'll be 7-5 with Allie Reep stepping onto the floor and getting the ace as Schmidt can't handle it. First ace of the night for either team. Alexa Allie Reep, a 5'7" sophomore, as she comes up with another ace. Taves diving, trying to get a hold of it. 4-point lead in set number 2. They won by 9 in the first set. Reep sending it way to the back. Geisinger is there. Reno on the setup. Here's Taves. She'll push it through the block and get her revenge. Good job there for Taves. 9 assists for Macheski. Ashley Taves, a 5'10" outside hitter, making her presence known out there. As this is Dawson, Reagan Dawson, setting it up. A little bit of a flat set there for Fleming. Anna Steer pushed it over as the Rebels work it around. Taves, nice block up front between Iverson and Steer. And then there's going to be a double hit called on the Rebels. So 10-6 will now be the score. Iverson steps off, Fletcher steps on so she can serve. We had a word the other night with Ashley Fletcher after the game against Pelican Rapids, and she just talked about how Iverson does a little better job up front because she's taller, but we've seen Fletcher's power in the back as Allie Reap dives for this one but can't quite get to it. And that'll be a kill for Peyton Backus. Macheski steps back on as Reno steps off. She will serve here with a 10-7 deficit. Reap, good dig. Eilertson, and then Steer puts it just too far to the side. Anna Steer, the junior, she's a very good player out there, as is her sister, little sister, the freshman, Izzy Steer. Going to do very good things for this team next year and then for the years ahead for Izzy. Nice tip over by the Nuggets. High one for the Rebels. Oh, nice job. When you're that tall and your name is Megan Tooney, you can just reach up, and I'm going to call that a block. The Nuggets got that too close to the net to get anything to set up for it. They could have tried to go after that one, but Tooney right there, she stands at 6'2". Nice job. Good block, and then and then it was trying to be pushed over by the Nuggets, but it goes out of bounds, and here we are wrapped up at 10 in set number 2. See what the Nuggets can do this time. Nice block, and then Eilertson can't quite handle it. Great job up front. Tooney, and that's Leitner there as well. And the Rebels take a 1-point lead as Macheski continues to serve. Reap to Eilertson. Rusted goes on the attack. Nice dive there by Schmidt. Geisinger now free across from Leitner. Fleming will go on the attack. Ooh. Tooney reached out to stop it, go for the hit, and she didn't mean to. And so that'll be Fleming with the kill. 10 assists for Eilertson, 11 around as Fleming steps back to serve. This one, Schmidt goes after it, and then up front, a great block by Faith Rusted. I'm going to call that a solo block. We did see Anna Steer standing there as well, but it looked like it was all Rusted. 1-point lead for the Nuggets. Schmidt has to take a step back. Macheski, now Leitner gets blocked. She'll take the set up again. She'll go on the attack after it being sent back to her by Tooney. Here's the attack for Rusted, finding the back corner. Great job there for the Hawley Nuggets. Faith Rusted with the kill. Set up by none other than her senior friend, sister on the court, Alex Eilertson. Fleming on the serve. Geisinger. Here's the push over there by Tooney. And there's a big block up front. Megan Tooney racking up the blocks. So Backus will step back and serve now. Couple of sets. This one blocked up front, and then is that one out of bounds? Line judge says out of bounds. The up judge is shaking her head. The down judge having an explanation with his line judge. It's 13 around after some discussion. Steer, hard hit. Too much power set up by Eilertson, and so that'll put the Rebels up by 1. And after a few mistakes, Coach Kathleen Rusted wants to take a timeout, try to figure out what's going on. On yourliveevent.com, the Community Co-op scoreboard reads 13 for the Hawley Nuggets, 14 for the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels in set number 2. Don't go anywhere. More volleyball action coming up.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
14 for the DGF Rebels, 13 for the Hawley Golden Nuggets on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken with the play-by-play action. We are in set number 2. The Nuggets took set number 1, 25-16, and here we are battling again in this rivalry. Gotta love rivalries, as it cause for a lot of excitement. A lot of folks here from Dilworth, Glendon, Felton right in front of us. You can see the Hawley fans across the way as we resume play with Backus serving. Reception by Fleming, and then Eilertson set her up. Fleming was just a little out of place, not the way you want to come out of your own timeout with a mistake like that, and now you're down by 2. If you're a DGF fan, hey, you're up by 2. Fleming on the reception. Eilertson gets her second touch, and then Fletcher was trying to set herself up for an attack, but just a little flat. Well, let's see what they can do this time as they work it around. Rusted had to step back and find that one. Machewski gets to it. Geisinger is there. And now Schmidt. Hard hit. Goes too far.
Number 1, Ryan Johnson back in for the Rebels. And it's still serving for Hawley.
So we will see Anna Steer step back and serve. They're down by 2. Schmidt on the reception. This one goes over. Hard hit by Izzy Steer. And too close to the net that the Rebels didn't even try for it. So the mistake off of Geisinger hitting it a little too hard off the bump, but that's a good job also on the hits of the Rebels side, or excuse me, of the Nuggets side. Geisinger, a little off balance, but gets to it. Sent over by Schmidt, Tooney, and Schmidt in sync as Schmidt will get the kill. The Nuggets calling that one off, and it ends up being right on the line. Schmidt gets her first kill, according to what I've got here. Tooney with the assist. 2-point lead. Geisinger sends it to the middle of the floor. Eilertson having to send it back. Fletcher is there for it. Schmidt, Machewski, and now Leitner. This one will be out of bounds off the block from the Nuggets.
That one's out. Point Rebels.
So extend that to a 3-point lead. Geisinger sends it to the side. So there will be a free one for the Nuggets of Hawley High School, Hawley, Minnesota.
Number 6, Alexandra Eilertson serving.
Alex Eilertson will serve now. She's the setter. Doing a nice job. High serve goes to Geisinger. Machewski, here's Leitner on it. Goes to the back corner. Good job by Eilertson slowing it down. Steer, and then sent over by Rusted. Geisinger, followed by Machewski. Here's Leitner again. Goes through the block. Fleming gets to it. Eilertson trying to dive under and get to it, but she has to slide under the net, so there's a violation and turned into points for the Rebels, or a point, I should say. A little back and forth action we go, keeping that 3-point lead for DGF. This is Leitner on the serve. This one tips the net, gets over. Nice job by Eilertson. Steer, and then hard set over. A little confusion there. Nuggets trying to get back in sync here. Fleming gets the dig. Eilertson, here's Iverson, who stepped on for Fletcher. Rebels trying to save it. They do. Geisinger sends it over. Nice work there. Rusted will go on the attack after getting it set up by Eilertson. Geisinger's in there once again. Machewski, now Schmidt, flat-footed attack. Ooh, a little off timing, but that'll work. Johnson was there. She stepped onto the floor while I wasn't looking as well. Unfortunate there for Fleming, who can't quite handle that. And that'll be another kill for Leitner. Leitner continuing to serve. Here's Steer. Eilertson. And then it's mishandled by the Nuggets. Interesting there as Eilertson was trying to get that one. Another one really close to the net. You have your opponent jumping on the other side, distracting you. Steer. Eilertson. Now Rusted. Pushes it through the block and down. Good job for Faith Rusted. Stopping that little run of the Rebels there. As Reno steps on for Machewski. Also seeing Taves back out there as Leitner takes a seat. Rusted on the serve. Here's the push over and out. Good read by the Nuggets. I think Reagan Dawson also stepped onto the floor as I look around to see what's going on the Rebels side. Rustad serving as they are down 18-21 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. They are up 1-0 over their opponents. Reno from Schmidt, and now this is Taves on the attack. Steer has to hit this one hard, goes off the ceiling, and it might have been just hard enough that it might have been out of bounds as she looks over to Coach Rustad and looking for some advice. Coach Rustad will give some, but not much you can do about that one, really, as we see Maya Johnson take a seat once again. Good job by the Nuggets getting that over, and then we have Dawson in the net. So a break for the Nuggets as the sophomore Allie Reap steps onto the floor. Wearing number 1, she was wearing a different jersey the other night, but still the libero. Looking for another ace. She's the only one out there with an ace, and that's going to be another one for her. 3 aces in set number 2, and it gets them within 2 of the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels, who lead them 22-20 on the Community Co-op scoreboard on yourliveevent.com. Timeout taken by Coach Tessa Tisper. We'll take a timeout as well.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
Little YMCA action going on here at the Hawley High School on yourliveevent.com. Nuggets still in the timeout as time finally expires on the 1 minute. 20-22, the Nuggets are down. Reap just had an ace before that timeout. See what her serving can do again. This time it's tipped over. This one tipped over by Steer and then mishandled. Dawson couldn't get to it, then Reno couldn't get to it. That was Anna Steer, that's where I'm at. Her 7th kill of the night, bringing it within 1. This one blocked up front, and that's going to be Iverson. McKenna Iverson, her 2nd block for the night, and we're wrapped up at 22 apiece. Attack by Dawson. Eilertson is there on the other side. Fleming goes on the attack. Geisinger able to dig it up. Reno with the setup. Here's Taves. Pushes it through the block and down. Where are we at? Ashley Taves, there we go. And Reno with another assist, her 3rd on the night. 23-22 lead now as Reagan Dawson on the serve. Fleming to Eilertson. Here's Iverson, tipped over. Enough time for the Rebels to recover. Taves goes after it, pushes it through once again. Ashley Taves comes up with the kill, and another timeout taken here but this time it's going to be the Nuggets taking a timeout. That's their second, as they are at 22-24 for the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels with 24, looking to finish this one out and then tie things up at a set apiece. The DGF fans have come to their feet as well. The Nugget fans sitting there quietly during this timeout. Nuggets come out now. So what's going to be the plan? They got to stop the next few serves to stay in it. They have to stop the next two exactly to keep the set alive, the Nuggets do. Set point to be served here by Reagan Dawson. Here we go. Fleming on the reception. Eilertson and then Steer. It's pushed back instead. Iverson will go on the attack. There's Schmidt. Reno setting it up for Taves. Too light by Ashley Taves. So that's a good one for the Nuggets if you're a Nugget fan. Fletcher will step on as Iverson steps off. Reap is in the back row there as Fletcher will take her time and go to the back row to serve. In the front, it's Steer, Eilertson, and Fleming. Rusted kind of in the middle. This one sent to the back corner, and that's going to be a kill for Megan Tooney. And finish this set off. We've got a good one on our hands, folks. 25-23 in favor of the Rebels. It's a set apiece. More volleyball on yourliveevent.com. It's Minnesota playoff volleyball in Section 8AA from Hawley, Minnesota.
Here, and that means making sure you receive the best uptime for your investment. Genuine AGCO parts from Norman County Implement keeps your equipment running throughout this harvest season and all season long. You get the guaranteed fit and performance that only AGCO parts can deliver. Norman County Implement will keep you going this harvest season with their parts and a service. Thank you for your business from Norman County Implement. Highway 9 North Ada, your authorized AGCO parts dealer.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, seed conditioning, crop scouting and consulting, research and crop insurance, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
This is Chris with RDK Enterprises. We have all heard of supply chain issues and the challenges they bring. As the demand for planting equipment increases, we are trying to be as proactive as possible. RDK has secured a supply of precision planting products and maintenance parts for your planter, hopefully minimizing some of these supply chain issues. If you are planning any upgrades, repairs, or maintenance, give us a call. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
The Rough Grouse Roadhouse is located just east of Island Lake, across from Mershman's Taxidermy. The Roadhouse invites you to stop in before or after the game to eat or just come in and socialize with family and friends. They also have weekly food specials. Just go to their Facebook page and see what their special of the day is, or call 668-2111. Supporting the area students in the classroom as well as in all their extracurricular activities. The Rough Grouse Roadhouse, 5 miles south of Langby on County Road 4.
Glad you're with us on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken as we get things rolling into the third set. A set apiece for these two teams. Set number 2 going to the Rebels, 25-23, after the Nuggets had a good lead, but mistakes and being out of position made it a struggle. And the Rebels were able to put together a couple of really good plays, and they got back in it and won it. Well, we'll see the Rebels start off serving with Macheski. Getting us rolling. Rustad is there, Eilertson, and now Steer. This one blocked, and then it doesn't work out for the Nuggets, and so the Rebels will start off with the first points on the evening in set 3. Big block up front by Eilertson as Leitner was trying to send it back into her face. Alex Eilertson, her second block of the night. So Fleming will be the one to serve. Schmidt on the reception. Wojciechowski setting it up for Leitner. This one out of bounds as that one's hit hard to the side. Well, let's see what they can do this time as the Rebels work it around. Backus on the attack. Eilertson to Steer, and now Rustad kind of on a tip over. Schmidt able to step up and make it happen. Leitner going after it, but Macheski has her hands out of place on the ball. Makes it 3-1. Fleming on the serve. That was Tooney who hit it, and then Geisinger couldn't chase it down, so an ace coming up here for Grace Fleming, her first of the night. Only the second player on the night to have an ace. Allie Reap has 3 in that second set. Leitner, hard hit, but too much. And just like that, the Nuggets are leading by 4 in this third set. We have to play at least 4 sets now. Schmidt gets it in the back row. Here's Tooney on the attack. Nice job by Steer. That's Izzy Steer. Eilertson over to Rustad, and she'll push it through. 13 assists for Eilertson. 6-1. Now the lead. Fleming still in control. Schmidt there once again. Wojciechowski, then Leitner. Fleming, Eilertson, and then Rustad, and Eilertson gets called for the 2 touches.
Serving for the Rebels, number 12, Pete Backus.
Backus was the one serving there. As Steer, nice little tap over. Tooney, attacked by Leitner. Goes through the block, and Rustad was a little further back from the net than she thought, puts it into the net, and gives a point to DGF. Peyton Backus is a 5'10" right side hitter on this roster. As we see the Nuggets work it around, Schmidt on the reception. Schmidt will go on the attack. Set over. Rustad to Eilertson, and I don't know if Tooney was expecting that or not. She was jumping up like she was going to block it, expecting Eilertson to do that, but she was just a little too far from the net, and it feels like maybe the power for that block wasn't quite there either. Steer on the serve, and she'll come up with the ace as that's O'Keefe who can't get to it. Five-point lead now in the third. Anna Steer with her first ace of the night. Nice block up front, and it'll be a block. And points for the Nuggets. Great job there by Izzy Steer and Rustad. So 9-3 now on the Community Co-op scoreboard. O'Keefe on the reception, where Macheski gets to it now. Tooney on the attack. Fletcher stretches out. Little miscommunication as Rustad got to it, but then Izzy Steer wasn't ready.
Serving for the Rebels, number 2, Gracie Geisinger.
Gracie Geisinger will step back to serve now, standing at 5'3", the libero for tonight, wearing that black jersey. Steer on the reception, Eilertson into Steer, and that goes into the net. Couple of mistakes here by the Nuggets, as the Rebels are trying to crawl back in set 3. They both have 1 set win each. This one punched back and set over by Fleming. Good job by Grace to get that one going, and this one is in front of Fletcher. So, the Rebels, 3 down now. Steer, and then Eilertson's able to chase it down. Good job by Fleming pushing it over. Schmidt to Machewski. Gets past the block there by Leitner on the attack. Ball worked around. Good job by the Rebels. Here's the Nuggets on the attack. Nice job by Rusted. Great job by O'Keefe on the dig. Free pass over by Schmidt. Steer to Eilertson. Eilertson goes out of bounds, so it'll be a Rebel point. Ball worked around, and mistake there for the Nuggets, putting it into the net, and that'll cause Coach Rusted to take a timeout here as we go 9 for the Hawley Nuggets, still leading on the community co-op scoreboard to DGF's 8. In set number 3, there's 1 set apiece for these teams on yourliveevent.com.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
On the community co-op scoreboard, it's Hawley Nuggets 9, Rebels from the Dilworth, Glendon, Felton area 8, in set number 3. Each team has 1 set win in Section 8AA Minnesota Volleyball Playoffs. Quarterfinals, that's where we're at. These two teams had to beat some opponents in the round 1. As we resume play after the Nugget timeout from Coach Rusted. Izzy Steer pushing that one through. Nice job by Geisinger. And that one would have been out of bounds, but Fleming wanted to go after it, and we get tied up at 9. Nine around here with Geisinger continuing to serve. She's had a really good run for her Rebel team. Rusted on the attack. Serve up a little revenge. Trying to get things set on the straight and narrow for her team.
Number 13, McKenna Anderson returns to the Nuggets. Now Alexandra Eilertson serving for Hawley.
Eilertson will step back to serve now with the 1-point lead in set number 3. Schmidt to Machewski. Hard set over by Schmidt. Finds the inside of the line. And just like that, the Nuggets get the ball taken away from them with 10-10. Mallory Leitner will now step back and serve. Outside hitter at 6'1". This one high off of the ceiling, and an ace for Mallory Leitner. First ace for DGF. Only the 4th player tonight with an ace. We've seen a great job tonight by Leitner. She's got 7 kills on the evening, and as I say that, she has a service error, and we go at 11 around. Reno will step on for Leitner. We're going to see Ashley Tape step back on, as well as Machewski takes a seat, and Faith Rusted, the senior for the Nuggets, will serve with 11 around. Taves, Reno, big block. And then as I say that, not a block, it was in the net. They call him for Rebels for 4 touches. O'Keefe dives into that one, and it goes way far. Good job. And that's an ace for Faith Rustad, her first of the night. Got to pay more attention. Rustad on a good little run here. Reno to Taves, and then this one blocked out of bounds as Steer and, that's Izzy Steer and Iverson are there for the block. Backus will step back on as we see O'Keefe step off. Peyton Backus, a 5'10" right side hitter. Schmidt is on the serve. Fleming is there for the reception. Here's Iverson on the attack. It's blocked. Rustad gets to it. Eilertson setting it up for Fleming on the far side. In the back row is Schmidt, followed by Reno, and now Taves goes on the attack. Good job by Anastier in the back. Fleming on the tip over, trying to save it. The Rebels do. Geisinger sending it over. Eilertson on the set, along with Anastier setting it up. Fleming is trying to send it to this near side where Taves gets to it. Reno back to Taves. Block up front. Now the Rebels will get a chance to work with it again. Nice job by Iverson, keeping up with it in the front. That was Dawson on the push, and then blocked up front between Dawson and Backus. That's Backus' second block of the night, and we get to 13 each. Ooh, last second change mind, gonna set it up. There's another set by Eilertson, and this one goes to the back. That finds the back row by Grace Fleming. Great job for Grace Fleming on the kill, her 4th kill of the night. Assist number 15 for Alex Eilertson. The sophomore Allie Reap steps on, the 5'7" outside here defensive specialist. Tonight she's the libero. This one far to the back, Schmidt to Geisinger, and then free over by Taves. Rustad, Eilertson, now Fleming. Nice little tip over. Finding the line, they look to the line judge. I was concerned that that might have been out of bounds, but good job there for Grace Fleming, getting her 5th kill for the evening and a 2-point lead in the 3rd. This one going to go off to the side by Reap on the serve, so unfortunate service error there. And puts the Rebels back in control with Reagan Dawson stepping back. She's a middle hitter standing at 5'11". Eilertson sets this one up, tipped over by Steer. Good job by Reno getting underneath it. Backus on the pass over. Wow! A soft pass over turns into points as there was a miscommunication by the Nuggets. 15-15. This one comes to Reap. Eilertson, now Iverson goes on the attack, pushes it through the block, trying to get to it. The Rebels can't. So Iverson will come up with it on the kill. 1-point lead on the community co-op scoreboard for the Hawley Golden Nuggets. Iverson steps down as Fletcher steps up and back for the serve. This one received by Taves. Reno is there. Backus goes on the attack. Pushed through the block. Fletcher gets to it. Eilertson to Steer. Nice job by Schmidt. This one goes back. Geisinger goes after it. Reap. Eilertson. Now Fleming. Geisinger on the dig. Reno on the setup. Here's Taves. Hard hit. Too far. Good read. Lucky for the Nuggets it didn't go off of that block partially, because the tip would turn into Rebel points. Rebels work it around. Taves on the attack. Eilertson, kind of a weird set. I almost honestly would have called that a carry, but I'm not the official for tonight. Just an odd set there for Eilertson, and Rustad couldn't quite get to it. We'll see substitutes come onto the floor. Leitner stepping back on. Machewski steps back to serve. Nice tip over from Eilertson. Backus going on the attack. She tips it. Tip back over by Fleming. Now Backus will go on the attack. Reap is there. It'll go right back over to the Rebels. And that one wasn't enough. I think that hit the net for 4 hits. Yes. This will be Fleming stepping back to serve. Fletcher having a word with Coach Rusted. 2-point lead for the Nuggets in set number 3. Tipped over by Leitner. There's Fletcher to dig. Tipped over by Steer. Great job on the other side by Macheski. Geisinger, now Leitner, sending it to the back corner where Fleming is at. Eilertson, now Rusted. On the attack, can they save it? Oh, they do, my goodness. And on the set over, Macheski shrugs at the official. Oh, she's going to get a yellow card. DGF crowd, especially student section, not happy with that call. They call a double hit, so the violation goes against the Rebels, and Macheski gets yellow carded up for that. The Hawley crowd comes alive. Fleming with a little grin on her face, getting ready to serve, and a 3-point lead for the Nuggets. Things settle down some, and away we go. Push over by Leitner. Fletcher gets to it. Eilertson setting it up for Fleming. Soft set over. Macheski to Geisinger. This is Leitner on the attack. Fleming on the dig. Here's Rusted on the attack, set up by Eilertson. Geisinger is there, Macheski, and now Leitner pushing it through the block and to the floor out of the reach of Fleming. Mallory Leitner getting another kill, her 8th on the night, assisted by Macheski, her 11th.
Serving for the Rebels is number 12, Peyton Backus.
Backus steps back to serve. Rusted on the attack. Geisinger comes up with the dig. Macheski to Leitner. Big block by Rusted, but it ends up out of bounds. Well, now 19-18. Backus on the serve. Good reception there for Fleming. Eilertson, now Rusted on the attack. Nice job by Schmidt on the dig. Macheski, and that wasn't Schmidt, she went on the attack. That's actually Backus. Leitner on the tip over. Nice job. This will go into the net, and it'll turn into a tied game here. Mallory Leitner with another kill. Just a little mishandle there for the Nuggets. 19-19. One of my favorite drinks now that I've moved to Minnesota. Great root beer. Good job by the Nuggets. Great job by the Rebels there. And too much put on by Tooney. And we go 20-19. O'Keefe will step back on as Backus steps off. Backus working her tail off in there. Jaden O'Keefe, 5'6" defensive specialist for this Rebel team. Anna Steer stepping back to serve for the Nuggets with their 1-point lead in set number 3. Both teams have one set win under their belts, as this one's hit far too hard by Leitner. 21-19, excuse me, on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Don't forget, we've got to name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game at the end of this one, and I'm not sure who I'll give it to here if this game were to come to an end after 3 sets, but luckily we still have some time. Rebels working it around. Leitner on the attack. Good job by Steer, Eilertson, and now Rusted on the attack. Good job by Geisinger on the second touch. That one goes over, but out of bounds. They're asking for a tip, and that is not the case. Megan Tooney was the one who tipped that over, and now the student section booing again from the DGF side. Wanting a tip, not getting it. Ball worked around. Schmidt on the attack. A block up front, but the Rebels will work with it again. Nice job by Schmidt. Macheski over to Tooney. Good job by Anna Steer in the back row. Here's Izzy Steer, and then that will be 2 touches by Eilertson. That's been a point of emphasis, I think, this season for the officials. We've seen that called a lot this season. Two-point lead for the Nuggets, but the Rebels have control of the ball. Geisinger is back in control. She had a good run at the beginning of this set to put the Rebels up. Good dig there. Macheski has to pass, and then they reach over and tap that one down. Great block for Eilertson. Let me cross that there. 23-20. That's her third block of the night. Izzy Steer also up front there. As I say that, the 5'10 Iverson steps on for Fletcher, and Eilertson serves. Here's a work around by the Rebels. Now Iverson gets to it, and nice job by Eilertson. Saved over by Fleming. Good job to keep the ball alive. As Steer jumps over without touching the top of the net, she'll put that one down. We'll mark that down as a block for Izzy Steer, her 5th on the night. And a timeout will be taken by Coach Tessa Tisper. Hawley Nuggets 24, the Dilworth, Glendon, Felton Rebels 20. On yourliveevent.com, the community co-op scoreboard also shows us we're in set number 3, and we have a 1-set win for each team. The next serve will be set point for our teams. The winner tonight, as the PA says it, and reminds me that we should talk about that briefly. The winner will take on the winner of Barnesville-Perham. Barnesville was number 1 seed in the South. Perham number 4. They beat Fergus Falls, who was number 5 the other night in 5 sets. Wow, it was 25-22 and 19-25, 25-14, 13-25, and 15-6. Wow, quite the run there. We'll have to see if we can get an update and see how that one's going between Barnesville and Perham. But the winner goes to play of this one, goes and plays the winner of that one in a place to be determined. The high seed is the host. Set point here for set number 3 with the Nuggets up by 1. Eilertson on the serve. That's Leitner on the reception. Machewski and now Schmidt will free ball it across. That's Fleming receiving it. Here's Rusted on the attack. Schmidt digs it up. Machewski setting it up for Leitner. Iverson gets underneath it. Eilertson. Now Rusted. Good job by Geisinger in the back row. Machewski and then Leitner pushes through the block on that touch. There's Eilertson, Iverson, and then hard set over, light set over we'll call it, by Anna Steer. Schmidt going on the attack. Rusted off the set. Eilertson on the set. Iverson goes on the attack, and this one is partially blocked, stays on the wrong side for the Rebels, and that is how we close out set number 3. 25 for the Nuggets, 20 for the Rebels. We have seen 3 sets of great volleyball. And now we'll be coming back with the 4th on yourliveevent.com.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead, wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
Egg Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Egg Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Egg Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it, and always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, and more, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
Welcome to set number 4, everybody. I'm Leif Bakken on YourLiveEvent.com. 2-1 on the Community Co-op scoreboard in favor of the Hawley Golden Nuggets. Number 2 seed in this Section 8AA playoff tournament. This is quarterfinals, where the DGF, or Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels, are number 3. Well, let's get going in set number 4, with Fleming starting off our serving. Nice attack. Good job by the Nuggets. Pushed through by Rustad, and it will end up on the other side. So the Nuggets will start off. Well, let's see what the Rebels can do on this one. Ball worked around. That's Backus on the attack. Fleming, Eilertson, and then Rustad puts it off of the block as Rustad comes up with the kill. Her 10th for the night. Eilertson's 18th assist. And a 2-point lead in the 4th set. Oh, good job there for Mallory Leitner. Her 10th kill on the evening. And get things started for her Rebels team here in the 4th. And a steer goes on the attack. Schmidt had it partially blocked. Nice job by Eilertson battling up front. Nice job going after it again by Eilertson. Schmidt will have to free it over, but it'll go into the net instead for 4 hits and a point for the Hawley Nuggets.
Serving for the Nuggets. Maya Johnson back in for the Rebels.
That last set was a hard-fought set between both teams, all the way through as Anna Steer goes too hard on her serve, and that's how we get a 2 on the board. Writing notes down, trying to pay some attention, but luckily you can see what's going on the floor. Nice dig up there for Fleming. Nice block up front by the Rebels. And too many hits by the Nuggets. Nice attempt there for Fleming and Steer, but just a little too much as a few mistakes get us wrapped up at 3. Geisinger continuing to serve, and everybody calls for that one to be out, and away it goes. Fletcher steps off, Iverson steps on. Eilertson on the serve, and that one's too far. So, to the other side we go, with Leitner on the serve, and line judge says out. Struggling with serves to start things off. So that's kind of odd. Both teams maybe a little bit gassed. They had 3 really good sets. I'm a little gassed, I can tell you that. Nice job by Rustad getting underneath that. Getting underneath the second one as well, off the unexpected hit back by Dawson. Now they'll get a chance to work with it. Here's Taves pushing it through the block and getting the kill. Taves getting her 7th kill on the night. That is Reno's 4th assist, according to my unofficial statistics. 10 points total on the board. Set number 4. This is Schmidt on the serve. Steer, Eilertson, and then Fleming on the tip over. Nice pancake there by Taves, but then it's hit backwards by Dawson. You gotta appreciate a good pancake, and I don't only mean for breakfast, but also in volleyball. Really impressed there. Unfortunate for the Rebels if you're a Rebels fan. 6-5 lead. Reap steps on, sends it to the far back corner where Backus is. Reno to Taves. Over the top of the block where Eilertson gets to it. Steer, and then Fleming tips it again. Nice job by Taves on the dive. Here's Fleming. This one knocked back into the Nuggets' face and sent back over by Steer. That was Schmidt. Here's Dawson. Blocked up front, and that'll be a block for Grace Fleming. Her first block of the night, and a nice little rally back and forth. We also saw maybe a little bit of help there from Anna Steer being in the vicinity. Free ball right back on a hard pass. Fleming sending it to the side. Might have been out, but Schmidt saves it. Taves goes on the attack. This one goes to the back where Reap gets an arm on it, and it goes down. So that'll be a kill for Ashley Taves. This one going to be close to the net, and that one lands on the Rebels' side, but then Iverson was in the net, so it does go points for Hawley. Okay. I was a little concerned there about what might happen in that situation. Fletcher comes back on, serves. Backus on the attack. Fletcher is there. This one will go right back to him. She'll tip it back over. Fletcher on the setup. Eilertson sets it as well. Fleming gets blocked. Rustad gets underneath. Good job. Here's Fleming on the attack. Sending it to the back corner where Schmidt is. Reno and now Backus. Light attack. This one tipped over by Eilertson. Taves gets to it. Reno setting up Backus once again. This one going to the back. Reap out of position. Reap just a little bit out of where she needed to be, maybe a step over or two over. She would have been able to make a square hit on that. Macheski steps back onto the floor. We see Taves and Reno step off, and Macheski serves. Reap able to get underneath it. Eilertson, and then Fleming has to free it over. Macheski setting up Leitner, who's the other one that stepped on. Rusted stepped back and told Reap to take this one, and Reap was a little late to the party. 8 around. Set number 4, 2 in favor of the Nuggets. 1 for the Rebels as Rusted gets the reception. Steer on the light push over. Wachewski gets it from Leitner and Backus on the attack. There's Steer, Eilertson, and this one really close to the net, and that's just too close for comfort to be able to work with it. And that'll be points for the DGF Rebels. Nuggets work with it, and a Steer power to the back, out of the reach of Geisinger. 8th kill on the night for Anna Steer, ties us up at 9. Fleming on the serve here in set number 4. Tied up. We've had a tight 3 sets. It's been good. Glad you're with us for this as this gets put down. Backus tried to get underneath it, but knocks it out of bounds. Anna Steer gets the kill. 1 point lead, and Steer with 9 kills on the night. This one going to be a little close to the net, and actually too close. Like if it was out of bounds, and if there was any net on the outside, it would have been right on top of it. That one kind of had a weird flight pattern to it. This one, Nuggets trying to save. Can they get to it? Not enough power from Fleming. Eilertson had it and went off the side of her arm. Reap trying to recover, and that didn't work either as she was on the move. Couldn't get a square hit on it. Backus on the serve. Peyton Backus. Fleming stretches out, and it turns into an ace for Backus, and 11 points for both teams now. That's the first ace for Backus, second ace for the Rebels. We saw that their first come from Mallory Leitner in the third. We didn't see our first ace until the second set, where 3 of them were put on by Allie Reap. As I'm talking and not paying attention, there's a player in the net. That was Megan Tooney, the middle hitter at 6'2", tall player for their team. Tooney, she's tall, so it makes sense that she would be a blocker with 4 on the night. Nice job by Geisinger on the recovery for the Rebels. Schmidt, a light attack. Nice job by Rustad on the recovery is there. Izzy Steer pushes it over. Rebels are able to work with it. That one goes off the top of the fingers of Rustad and out of bounds out to the back. And we're tied up at 12. Also out there on the floor. Well, it was briefly, I was going to say, it was Maya Johnson, but she just stepped off. Geisinger steps back to serve. This one very close to the net. Awkward setback, but Nuggets recover. Good job by Fleming underneath that. Eilertson setting it up for Rustad. Sends it over where Schmidt is standing. Macheski back to Schmidt. Big block up front. Rebels trying to recover and get to it. Johnson is out there. My mistake. As Rustad pushes this one through, out of the reach of Schmidt. Johnson was ready for it. And now we'll see Iverson step back on. Fletcher step off. And Eilertson will serve with the 1-point lead in the fourth, but the 1-set lead as well. That one hit too hard. On the Rebels' attempt, so Nuggets will go up by 2. A lighter serve to the middle where Geisinger goes to. Macheski, then Leitner. Nice job by Fleming. That was a hard hit ball. I think that for both these teams, if you are the setter, that includes Machevsky, Reno, and Eilertson, you have got to be frustrated. And again, I'm not a volleyball official, so I can't even see to tell what the difference is. It's got to be the way the ball flies. Oh, that would have been out, but Fleming saved it. Rustad sends it back over. Geisinger back to Macheski. Dawson sending it to the back corner. Eilertson gets to it. Steer, and now Rustad on the light push over. Leitner. Now Schmidt on the attack. There's the out. Good read. Coach Rustad was calling that one to be out, and it would have been quite a ways out. But Fleming wanted to keep playing volleyball. Leitner and Macheski step off. As Rustad steps back and serves with a 2-point lead. Schmidt was there. Reno gets it off of the net. And then trying to send it over is Maya Johnson, but that doesn't quite work out. And so it'll be 16-13 on the Community Co-op scoreboard in set number 4. 2-1 in favor of the Hawley Nuggets over the DGF Rebels right now. As the Rebels take a timeout, we take a timeout. Don't go anywhere. Tell your friends we've got good volleyball on our hands on yourliveevent.com.
You may read articles that attempt to predict market conditions and returns, but these are impossible to predict. At Bighorn Financial Services, we work hard to educate our clients during the retirement planning process while providing you with a customized strategy that aims to suit your needs. We work hard to give you the confidence you need as you look to the future. Now is a great time to review your accounts, and we'd love to help you along the way. Call me, Kurt Fillion at Bighorn, to set up an appointment. 218-444-8894. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
The Hawley Nuggets number 2 in Section 8AA Volleyball, against the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels, who are ranked number 3. The Rebels swept Frazee the other night, who was number 6, to get here. Hawley swept Pelican Rapids to get here in 3. And now here we are, playing quarterfinal volleyball. 16-13, Nuggets call on the other side, as this one is an ace for Faith Rusted. Her second of the evening. The 7th one for this Nuggets team on the night. 7 aces, not too bad, not too bad. We went a whole first set without seeing a single ace. Dawson going on the attack. Nice job by Rusted. This one high from Steer. Fleming will set it over. Here's Taves going on the attack. Rustad in the back row. Eilertson, here's Fleming, punching it over. Geisinger to Reno. Taves on the hard set over. Fleming finds herself in the right spot. This one set up backwards for Iverson. Just a little out. Woohoo, that was close. So that'll get things rolling again for DGF, now down by 3. Schmidt on the serve. Rustad, this one's going to be tight against the net. Punched over by Eilertson, but then sent right back by Dawson. Now they'll get a better look at it. Rustad tries to get it over. Now there's miscommunication. Reno fell down, got in the way of Backus. And they will give the kill to Grace Fleming. You got to appreciate when you get another chance at that. Glad you're all with us on a Friday night for some volleyball, and playoff volleyball at that. Big block up front as Taves recovers from it, though, for the Rebels. Now they'll free pass it over. That's Dawson on the last touch. Reap in the back row. Eilertson, and now trying to hit it over is Steer. Little mishap there for the Rebels. And the Nuggets are slowly pulling away, up by 5 in the 4th set. Allie Reap, the sophomore, out there and serving. Schmidt to Reno. Here's Dawson, and that one hits the net. 2014, the year I graduated, and another timeout taken, and the last timeout taken for Coach Tisfer and the DGF Rebels. Glad you're with us on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leaf Bakken. Thanks so much to Jonathan tonight, doing a great job on the camera work. We appreciate him. First night. Wish we would have had more time, Jonathan, to work together some more. It would have been fun. Are you having a good time? Awesome. He says yes. He says he's having a good time. And I feel bad I have to take some of these kids away from the student section and having a little bit of fun with their friends, but we appreciate all the work that they do. Especially appreciate you tonight, Jonathan. Thank you very much. I gotta love a guy who comes and helps out on a big night like this for the Hawley Nuggets here in Hawley, Minnesota. What a quarterfinals playoff we've had so far, huh? Section 8AA, Minnesota playoff volleyball. The winner takes on the winner between Barnesville and Perham, who are also currently playing. Barnesville came in as number 1 as we resume play here. A little bit shallow for the Rebels to work with, but they'll get it over. Here's the Nuggets working with it. Blocked up front, and then Steer hits it with the wrong arm and goes backwards for Fleming to try to take care of. Is 5 points a comfortable lead? Oh, I don't know about that, but you got to feel all right about it at this point. Steer pushing it off of Tooney. Good job. Anna Steer now with 10 kills, according to what I've got. I'm going to mark her down for one more because the board, which is the official, has 11. Fletcher steps back onto the floor and serves. A little bit shallow. Taves got to it, but the Nuggets get a chance to work with it first. This one goes off the block and out of bounds. Good read by the Nuggets, going up 22-15. You got to stay out of your head at this point for both teams, honestly. Tooney to Reno, now Taves, sending it to the back. Sophomore Reap is there. Eilertson to Fleming. She's trying to go to the back row. Geisinger saves it. This one comes right back. Fletcher now tipped over by Eilertson for the kill. Alex Eilertson with 3 kills tonight, and they've all looked fairly similar to that. There was a really cool one in that first set. She tipped it over her head. It was like a hook shot. That was sweet. Ashley Fletcher with the assist. She also is on the serve. Taves sets it up, and Reno on the set, I should say. Backus sends it over. Rusted, Eilertson, now a tip over by Fleming. Backus gets underneath it. Reno, and now Taves sends it over, and that's way too far. Reap getting kind of close to it, but they had a good read, and that mistake puts us at set match point. This will prompt Maddie Walker, the senior, standing at 5'4", defensive specialist and center, also stepping on for the senior Fletcher. 24-15, Walker on the serve. This one just too far. The gym has come to its feet, at least on the Hawley side, as you can see. Walker, Fletcher waiting to come on for Walker. Unfortunate there. Coach Rusted reassuring her as she sits on the bench. Wachewski Fleming on the attack. Leitner is there. Wachewski back to Leitner. Light touch, and that mistake cost them this game. Well, there you have it. 4 sets in. And the Nuggets take it away, 25-16. That's exactly what we saw in the first set. It's the same colored pen and everything. Look at that. We'll be coming back with some final statistics for you as the Hawley Nuggets move on to face the winner between Barnesville and Perham in the semifinals of Section 8AA Volleyball. I'm Leif Bakken. This is YourLiveEvent.com. We have statistics and some player interviews coming up in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. More to come.
For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile. With one of the biggest, best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com or stop by the lot in Fertile. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile.
Randall's Excavating of Glendon, specializing in underground site utilities and repair. Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They respond to emergency repairs for water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections too. Contact Randall's Excavating with over 20 years of experience, 701-219-9126 or randallsinc.com.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
Harvest season is here, and that means making sure you receive the best uptime for your investment. Genuine AGCO parts from Norman County Implement keeps your equipment running throughout this harvest season and all season long. You get the guaranteed fit and performance that only AGCO parts can deliver. Norman County Implement will keep you going this harvest season with their parts and a service. Thank you for your business from Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada, your authorized AGCO parts dealer.
Thanks for sticking around on YourLiveEvent.com, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. I'm Leif Bakken, and thanks, of course, to all the sponsors throughout the season and into the postseason that you've been seeing on our commercial breaks and rotating down in the corner. We appreciate them and ask you to thank them for making these broadcasts possible as well. So, big night here in quarterfinal volleyball for Section 8AA as the Hawley Nuggets beat the Dilworth-Glendon Felton Rebels 3-1 after 4 sets of play. We'll get to some of your statistics here in just a second as I have to do a little bit more math in my head. Let's see, that's that number, and carry the 13 plus the 7 divided by 2. As we talk about we'll talk about how the sets went first, and then we'll get to those statistics. In set number 1, the Nuggets handled it 25-16 over the Rebels. Then in set number 2, the Rebels played hard, and so did the Nuggets, with a 25-23 win for DGF Rebels. Set number 3 would be tight as well, 25-20, and then set number 4 looked a lot like the first set, 25-16, the Nuggets winning 3-1. In the first set, it was a close start for both teams until about mid-set, where the Nuggets took over and extended their lead and won by 9. Nuggets had a lead, but then they had some mistakes in that second set, and they were out of position, and that was a struggle. The Rebels were able to put some good plays together, and they got back into it with the win. Hard fought all the way through in that third set, again 25-20, and it was just a lot of back and forth all the way through, but the Nuggets found a little bit of a groove and got away with it. And then in set number 4, it was a struggle with serves at the very beginning, which seemed really odd to me. But yeah, struggle on the serves. But then the Nuggets were able to settle down, and they got some good positioning, and they won 25-16. Let's take a look at your statistics for our two teams, and then we'll be getting here shortly to the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Don't forget that Enbridge they just finished up fixing Line 3. They replaced Line 3. You can visit enbridge.com/line3.us to find out more on the project, but oil is flowing through the replaced Line 3. We'll be getting to the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game in just a bit. Let's start off with the Dilworth-Glendon Felton Rebels, who had a little bit of a slow start on a few of these statistics, but they had an impressive second, obviously. I think that's what pushed them over to the 25-23 win. They only had 2 aces. One came in the third, that was from Mallory Leitner, and then one in the fourth from Madison Schmidt. On the blocks category, it was 2 in the first, 4 in the third, in the second, that's the word, and 2 in the third. No blocks in that fourth set. And your leader in blocks was Megan Tooney, who is a 6'2" middle blocker, middle hitter, whatever you want to call her. She did a good job up front. On the kills category, it was 9 in the first, 9 in the second, 2 in the third, and 3 in the fourth, for a total of 23 kills. And your leader in kills on the Rebel side of things was Mallory Leitner with 10, followed by Ashley Taves, who had 8. And then on the assist side, it was 7 in the first, 7 in the second, 1 assist in the third, and 3 in the fourth, for a total of 18 assists. It was Taylor Machewski with 12 total for her Rebel team, followed by Reno with the other 5. There was 1 put up by Tooney as well. Let's talk about the Hawley Golden Nuggets, as they now improved to 25-5 overall, 12-3 in the section, including their postseason. And let's start off talking about aces. We didn't see an ace in the first set from either team, but then we saw a nice, good job by Allie Reap, who had 3 aces there in that second. There was 3 aces in the third and 1 in the fourth, for a total of 7 And Allie Reap leading the way with 3. Rustad was behind that with 2. On the blocks category, 7 blocks for in the first, 2 in the second, 5 in the third, and 1 in the fourth for a total of 15. Leader in blocks was Izzy Steer with 5. She had 3 in the first and 2 in the third. On the kills category, this is where things got really interesting, and we had 12 kills, to my count, unofficially, in the first set. Then it was 6 in the second, 6 in the third, and 7 in the fourth. That's 31 kills total for this Nuggets team. And it was a tie for kills, according to my stats, between Anna Steer and Faith Rusted. That was and they each had 11. That was followed up by Grace Fleming with 6, and then 7 assists in the first set, 5 in the second, 5 in the third, and 4 in the fourth for what my broadcast math tells me is 21. And that is not correct, because I must have miscounted my marks, because there was 22, 23 total as I looked down, because 21 of those were from the senior Alex Eilertson, who did a great job. 21, really good set 3 for her with 5. And as I say that, we come to our players, and let's talk with our first, who is the junior, and doing a great job for this team, been doing a great job the entire season, and that is Anna Steer. And Anna, congratulations on the quarterfinal win tonight.
Thank you.
You guys looked really good. There was a couple of mistakes in there. Of course, set number 2 not going your guys' way. When you move past that first round of playoffs and you come into this game, so let's start from the beginning and say, what was the mentality and what were you guys thinking and preparing for as we came into this game?
I think we didn't want to overlook them, because we have beat them a few times before this in the regular season, so we wanted to be ready for whatever they had to bring and just to push through it, and so we can play Barnesville next.
Yeah, and in that first set, you came out, you had a lot of energy behind you serving. You had a really good serve set there going on, and we saw that again. I mean, all throughout tonight, Anna, you had a nice job. There was a couple mistakes, but when you were behind the line, I think that DGF kind of got a little more set, because you had some variety tonight, and that kept them on their toes. What when you step back and serve, what's your process? Do you have to clear your mind, or do you just, all right, there's the whistle, I go? I also noticed that sometimes you kind of you either serve to the middle, from the middle, or you kind of serve to that far side.
I think first thing I just think okay, I got to get this over, and then usually I'll look for a spot, and then we were good for serving a lot in practice, so I think it's just a chance to get your team going, and if you miss your serve, I mean, you don't even give the other team a chance to make a mistake, so I think you have to be ready and just focus and move on from the next play.
What's it been like for you, being a year younger than the Power 3, I've been calling them, but working with them, growing up under their leadership? I mean, Eilertson sets you up for some great kills. Faith does a great job digging the ball up, and then of course you and Grace are kind of between you guys to go after the kill. What's it been like to go be kind of under their wing and work with them for these last few years?
It's been super fun. I've always looked up to them as leaders, and they've always kind of just took me under their wing. They call me their almost seniors, so.
Yeah, well, a great job tonight. As I mentioned, you brought the energy when you were serving. You brought the energy when you had a couple of kills. And so because of that, folks at home can probably imagine you're my Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. So here's a fancy T-shirt for you. And congratulations, 11 kills for Anna Steer tonight. She had a couple of blocks as well as 1 ace. Congratulations. It's on to the next.
Thank you.
Thanks so much to Anna Steer as we move on and talk to, I don't think we've talked to, can I call you Allie? Or
yes.
Do you, okay, all right. So we go to Allie Reap, the sophomore. So you've got a couple years more to go. Congratulations. Great job tonight.
Thank
you. You stepped out there in that second set and unfortunately lost that one. But, hey, 3 big aces to kind of get the blood boiling again.
Yes.
What's your thought? When you are you like Anna? Do you just, hey, I got to get this over the net? Or are you one that it seems like you kind of settle yourself and then go for the serve?
Yeah, I try to relax and just try to get the first one over, and then the next ones I try to be more aggressive with and really mess up their rotations.
I also want to ask you, because up until recently, I mean, when you guys first started your home stretch of games, there was no libero. You guys were all wearing, it was just kind of defensive specialist moving in and out. So what what is it that you think that Coach Rusted said, hey, Allie, I need you to be my libero? What is it? Is that the position you typically take, or is it something you changed in practice that she said, hey, let's go with Allie on this?
I'm actually an outside hitter, and I played JV this year too, and just this year I started passing, and she thought that I was pretty good at it, I guess, so I started more just going in back row and starting as a DS. And then she kind of just moved me to a libero, so I'm always back row for anyone who needs help in the back.
And libero, defensive specialist, I mean, they're really kind of interchangeable.
Yes,
so,
right.
And it's impressive, you know, as a libero, as a defensive specialist, you have to be quick, and you are. You got to be quick on your feet. You got to make those digs. Is that something that I mean, obviously you've learned that, but the development into this position, you have to watch the ball pretty closely. I mean, there's some power hits coming to you.
Right.
So is that something you're starting to recognize more, or is it something that you it comes naturally to you and you can watch the ball?
You can start to realize where it's coming from with the hitter's hand, of where their shoulders are turning or how high their hand is if they're going to tip it. So you kind of watch them first, and then watch if the block's up or if there's a hole in the block, and you kind of fall into the seam of the block and kind of just be ready for anything that comes at you.
I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Anna, and that is, what's it been like working with Anna herself as a junior, but also Grace, Alex, and Faith? I mean, some great leadership out there and some great players you've been able to work with.
Yes, it's been amazing. They're all great players, and I'm so glad I got the chance to play with them this year, and I'm sad that they're seniors and I can't play with them anymore, but it's been an awesome year.
Well, you still get a chance to play with them in the semifinal.
Yes.
We'll see. I haven't gotten an update on who that will be for sure, but I won't say it, but between Barnesville being number 1 and Perham being number 4, we'll see what happens there. But you get another chance, and Allie Reap tonight. If I kept track of digs, I wouldn't be able to broadcast because I wouldn't be able to see what's going on. But good job tonight, and you had 3 aces, so you get in the scorebook on my scorebook that way. So congratulations.
Thank
tonight.
you so much.
That's Allie Reap. She's a sophomore. We also heard from Anna Steer. And, just go ahead and set that there. And we appreciate them coming up and talking to us. Congratulations, ladies, and good luck in the next one. And we'll see who that is as, again, the Hawley Nuggets take out the Rebels in 4, 25-16. Then they lost the second, 23-25. But then they come back around, 25-20, 25-16, in some good volleyball tonight on yourliveevent.com. Let's take a quick break and come back. We'll talk a little bit more about what's coming up next, talk a little more about what's coming up on yourliveevent.com. And, it'll be a good time. Appreciate everybody being here and appreciate folks sticking around. We've got more post-game for you as the Hawley Nuggets beat the Dilworth-Glendon Felton Rebels 3-1. More volleyball talk in just a bit.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, seed conditioning, crop scouting and consulting, research and crop insurance, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
This is Chris with RDK Enterprises. We have all heard of supply chain issues and the challenges they bring. As the demand for planting equipment increases, we are trying to be as proactive as possible. RDK has secured a supply of precision planting products and maintenance parts for your planter, hopefully minimizing some of these supply chain issues. If you are planning any upgrades, repairs, or maintenance, give us a call. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
The Rough Grouse Roadhouse is located just east of Island Lake, across from Mershman's Taxidermy. The Roadhouse invites you to stop in before or after the game to eat or just come in and socialize with family and friends. They also have weekly food specials. Just go to their Facebook page and see what their special of the day is, or call 668-2111. Supporting the area students in the classroom as well as in all their extracurricular activities. The Rough Grouse Roadhouse, 5 miles south of Langby on County Road 4.
Thanks for sticking around on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bach, and as we watch some great volleyball tonight between two great teams, the number 2 and the number 3, and I feel like when you see the 2 and 3 go against each other, that's always a great matchup, and it's great to watch. As we saw the Nuggets beat the Rebels 3-1. Coach Kathleen Rusted of the Nuggets joins me now, and we'll start things off talking about a good start, and then a tough second set, and then a good way to just kind of close things out. I feel like tonight compared to the other night, Coach, the energy was in the building. The other night, I'm not going to lie, I was trying to come up with the energy to make this exciting, and it was an exciting match the other night, but it just felt like it was a little dead. But tonight, that was not the case.
No, I think both teams are bringing some aggressive attacks on the floor, some fantastic digs. Their libero was picking up just about everything we hit through the blocker. We're swiping left and right. So there was a lot to be excited about today. People are hitting aggressively. I mean, just there was a lot of great volleyball both sides of the court today.
I also want to mention briefly, as we talked about in our pregame, was about the mistakes and trying to find out where the weak points were, and it came down to the officials a little bit tonight. We saw a couple of those double hits on both sides of the net, and I even mentioned it. I mean, whether you're Macheski or Reno or whether you're Alex Eilertson, you could see they were getting frustrated. I mean, Macheski even drew out the yellow card, but so you got to keep your emotions in check in that case, but also it's one of those things where, man, those are some tight calls, and that can really make the game interesting.
Yeah, I feel like that stops the momentum in a hurry if you're on a roll. I think there was a lot of sweaty bodies out there, to be quite honest. So balls were kind of coming in and out of hands. Like I said, like we were digging up balls like crazy. High balls were coming down. So those setters had a challenge, I think, for them tonight, was getting a good handle on those high digs.
21 assists for Alex Eilertson, 11 kills for both Faith Rusted and Anna Steer. Anna Steer was my energy player of the game. She brought the energy when she had those serves. She had 11 kills. I mean, the junior for you, and you get another year out of her, which is great. I mean, she's a powerhouse. She knows how to bring it, and the Rebels were on their toes whenever she stepped back to serve.
Yes, I would agree with you there. Just junior, she came out lights out too. She wanted to get a little piece of that ball. She also was blocking incredible tonight, studying those hitters. And not only that, she plays back row. So she plays all the way around. So she's got a lot of energy, great athlete, came out to play tonight.
Last thing I want to touch on is the other player you sent up to me was Allie Reap. Tell me a little bit about her development and how fun it's been to watch her grow as a sophomore and then kind of transition into that official libero position. We talked about that early in the season about you got to find the right fit, and it seems that she fits pretty well into that spot.
Yeah, she comes with an aggressive mindset back in the back row. Ball control is pretty good too. Not going to complain about that. But we lose our 6 seniors this year, and she will be probably one of the outsiders coming onto the floor. That is her original position, as it was this year, JV. Little thing, but she can jump pretty well too. So this is our chance to get her out on the floor, and I think she's playing very well back there. She melded in. She's learning a lot, that's for sure. She tells me she's absorbing it like a sponge.
And as you always say, being a student of the sport, being a student of life, how important that is, and so great to hear that. Once again, the Nuggets beating the Rebels 3-1 as we transition into a little Coach's Corner talk and talk a little bit of recapping this week and looking forward to the next week. That'll be next Thursday will be the next competition. But let's step back and talk about this week, first round of playoffs into the quarterfinals. You take on Pelican Rapids and get them in 3, 25-13, 25-13, 25-19. The other night, that third set got a little tighter than we wanted, but hey, you still came up with the win, and that got you to this quarterfinal. Just talk again, we've talked about it enough times probably, but talk again about having that one day between that game into your quarterfinal game and what you had to work on and what you maybe saw the improvements from that round to the second.
Sure. You know, coming from Pelican, they don't have as many seniors. You know, they're a little younger team, probably a little less aggressive than in comparison to DGF. So the intensity level was really brought to their attention. And they know what they're going to change. They knew that it was going to be a different game. It always has been. It has been throughout the season. And it didn't matter whether DGF had 9 seniors or not. They're a rival. So they knew that the intensity would be there. And I think the experience of those 6 seniors, they've already had time to experience that rivalry. So their mentality was definitely changed gears pretty fast, I think.
So then we go to the quarterfinal against the Rebels. You win in 4, 3-1. You fall in that second set. What did you have to say in your timeouts to kind of rally the troops? I mean, both teams had to take timeouts. I mean, again, it's a rivalry. It was a tough battle, and so it was time to have a seat and talk about what needs to be done.
I guess, you know, with any game, there's adjustments that teams need to make, right? So you talk about your adjustments, whatever that may be, whatever the case may be. I don't know if I'm the best motivational speaker or not. I guess I got to tell my assistant coaches, they kind of do that and get them rah-rah, fired them up a little bit. I guess I just kind of tell them what to do, and then the other ones get them excited about it.
I also noticed in that game against the Rebels, and this is a good thing, but I don't know if it's something that maybe Ashley Fletcher noticed, but I saw a lot more communication between you and your players, and I don't know if that was because of frustration, because of some mistakes, and of course as a coach you have to communicate with your players, but it just seemed like there was a lot more talking both from your side onto the floor. It seemed like there was a little more talking and cohesion on the floor. Is that just because they knew what was on the line, or was it something that maybe clicked in the brain and says, hey, Coach Rustad is there. We can talk to her. She's the coach. She can coach us.
I think the girls do look for feedback. You know, that's one good thing, too, is they are students of the game. They're always wanting to learn. You know, I don't have all the answers, but I like when they all look to me or even look to each other on the court because they're the ones playing together, too. And if one person makes an adjustment, of course, the other 5 should probably know about it.
6 days until the next match. What do you do in that time? I suppose maybe the weekend they get a little break, but then it's back to doing schoolwork, back to being in the gym. What do you do to prepare for the next match?
One day at a time, just like the game of life. Refocus and one day at a time.
Last question for you, Coach, is you go deeper into the playoffs, onto the semifinal. Does it get a little more emotional each time for your players, especially the seniors, or are they keeping that at the back of their mind and able to focus on the game?
Well, yeah, I think we talked about, yes, I think they do get emotional, but I feel like on the court tonight they were a little more poised. You know, they were looking for feedback, yes, when, you know, there was 12-12 or 11-11 on the scoreboard, and that's a pretty high intense situation. You know, when you're getting hot fires at you for, you know, defense and you're swinging hard across the net and they're picking it up, that's pretty high emotional stuff. You know, you're putting a lot of energy into that, but I would say credits to them, they looked pretty poised.
Coach Kathleen Rustad of the Hawley Nuggets, they moved to 25-5 overall, 12-3 in the section. Congratulations, and on to the semifinal for Section 8AA.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a bit to wrap things up here on YourLiveEvent.com. Once again, the Hawley Nuggets beat the DGF Rebels 3-1. We'll be right back.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
Well, wrapping things up on yourliveevent.com, I'm Leaf Bakken. The Hawley Golden Nuggets beating the Dilworth Glendon Felton Rebels 3-1. It went like this, 25-16. Then it went 23-25, 25-20, and 25-16. It's a rivalry in the conference, a rivalry in the section, and we saw that play out once again tonight. Tough teams battling it out, leaving it all on the floor, and tonight the DGF Rebels, Dilworth Glendon Felton, they end their season 17-12 overall, 10-5 in the section. And so they will go home. But the Hawley Nuggets, they will go on to the semifinal, and they will be taking on the winner between Barnesville and Perham. Barnesville had the bye. They were the number 1 seed in the South, and taking on Perham. Taking a look at the rest of the bracket, Thief River Falls hosted, they were number 2, hosting number 3 Roseau, so that was probably a pretty good one. And then Monaga was hosting East Grand Forks, the number 1 and the number 5 in that case. And so we'll see who plays in the semifinal on the north end. And then after next Thursday, we will go to next Saturday, the 6th of November, and that'll be the championship for Section 8AA Volleyball. So exciting. A couple more nights of volleyball here in Minnesota. Our taking a look here once again, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game was Anna Steer. She had 11 kills tonight, 2 blocks, 1 ace, but boy, she had a good service run in the first set. She also had a good service run there in the third and just did a really good job. Enbridge Energy, they just put together, finishing up the Line 3 project, and that's all wrapped up. Oil is flowing, and you can go to enbridge.com/line3.us. Special thanks to Community Co-ops for their sponsorship of the scoreboard. Lake Park, Detroit Lakes, Monoman, Twin Valley, and Flum. You can contact them for propane delivery for residential, commercial, and agricultural purposes, 218-238-5911. Thanks to all of the sponsors that you saw throughout the evening on the in our corner rotating that you see there, and also during our commercial breaks. Thank you so much to all of those businesses for supporting the athletics around this area and making it possible for us to broadcast on yourliveevent.com. And if you see any of those folks or visit any of those businesses, please say thank you for making it possible on yourliveevent.com. Your Live Event powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated as we wrap things up. And one more time here from Hawley, Minnesota. The Nuggets win 3-1, 25-16. They lost the second 23-25. Then it was 25-20 and 25-16. Thanks once again to everybody for tuning in, and thanks to all our sponsors. And we appreciate everybody coming along for the ride for the quarterfinal. Semifinal coming up next Thursday, 7 p.m. in a place to be determined. Keep your eye on yourliveevent.com and rjbroadcasting.com. We'll have the updated brackets and everything for you. Also, Coach's Corner tomorrow on rjbroadcasting.com. Don't want to miss out on that. And that's going to do it for me. I'm Leaf Bakken here on yourliveevent.com saying, until next time, we'll see you down the road.
We'll be right back.